belief that perhaps you don't want peace, that it's not in your interest, having supported the Taliban in Afghanistan, it is not now in your interest for there to be peace, because they help keep, in the words of Michael Kugelman, who's deputy director of the Wilson Center's Asia program, he says the Taliban help keep Pakistan's Indian enemy at bay in Afghanistan.
No, that is absolutely wrong. That is, I think, lack of the real knowledge of the situation in Pakistan. We have lost, we used to have some influence on Taliban, and that is why we were suggesting that they should be brought to the table and there should be negotiation on whatever is happening in Afghanistan. But over the years, we have lost control or influence on Taliban. There are other countries in the region who have perhaps more influence on Taliban than us. Actually, all the Talibans have contacts with almost everybody in the region. So we do not monopolize this relationship.
A former envoy to Afghanistan, James Dobbins, has said today they view it as a monster they've created but can't afford to suppress.
Let's talk about creating monsters. Most of these monsters which are there in our country or in this whole region were created by way back in the 80s by a proxy war which we were fighting on behalf of Americans. This is the legacy of those days. This is the baggage which Pakistan and the whole region is carrying from the war which was fought against Soviet Union. So let's not talk about this.
Okay.
You know,
the difficulty Pakistan has here, though, is that it's not just the United States. We also have a situation where the BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, have all signed a declaration which names Pakistan-based organizations like Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed, and says that condemns terror attacks and says those committed, organizing, or supporting such acts must be held accountable.
Your information is not complete. If not, I'll not use the word wrong, but your information is not complete. This statement which came out of BRICS was signed by Pakistan in the last year out of Amritsar, the Heart of Asia conference which took place in Amritsar. We signed this statement ourselves.
So then why did your defense minister, Khurram Jastigar, say we reject the declaration? You're saying you signed it, but your own defense minister said we reject the declaration at the BRICS summit.
These organizations you just mentioned, they are proscribed in Pakistan. Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Taiba, they are banned in Pakistan. Their leadership is in custody, or they are under house arrest, or they are detained by Pakistan government.
You're not taking enough action against them, and it's something that in the wake of that signing of the BRICS statement, you acknowledged. You said instead we should impose some restrictions on the activities of the elements like Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed.
You know, they are already proscribed in Pakistan. And we are tightening the noose around their necks. There's absolutely no doubt about it. It is debatable that perhaps more actions can be taken against them. But if somebody is doubting our intent, I think it's absolutely wrong.
You say if people doubt our intent, there seems to be an awful lot of people who doubt your intent. Is it true, as has been reported in the Times, that a senior Pakistani government official said China has demanded privately that Pakistan should attack Islamist militants? Have China been pressing you privately to do more?
No, we have in the last 3 to 4 years operated against the terrorists of different background in our tribal areas. There were terrorists over there. They're called ETIM. The organization is called ETIM. We operated against them. They were operating in Western China.
These are the Eastern Turkestan Islamic movement, who were also named in this BRICS,
absolutely.
as was the
eliminated.
Pakistani Taliban, as was the Haqqani Network, all Pakistan-based organizations.
Yeah, they are no more in our area. Last three years, we have eliminated